Hi, and welcome to your Wellness Wednesday video. The flower essence that came up today is the flower essence of Scarlet monkeyflower, and it came up under the area of courage. What this essence helps with, it helps us with our fear of our shadow self or the more negative or shadow emotions that we have. Specifically, Scarlet monkeyflower talks about rage or anger that we hold within us. We're all taught, conditioned to be nice, be kind, and so a lot of times that leads us to repressing our more negative emotions, and to suppress our rage or our anger. And so those in need of scarlet monkeyflower have maybe been called to do some shadow work and face that within us. I know this has come up a few times in readings lately with clients. And it's really about releasing that repressed fear or repressed anger, more so, and that fear of our own anger. Because along with what it helps with is scarlet monkeyflower, why we tend to repress our anger is because we fear that we are going to lose it, or that we are going to lose control, or the rage is going to come out, that there's some kind of demon part of us or something that's going to come out if we express our anger. And a lot of that is cultural conditioning because we are taught that our anger can be destructive, or our anger can be mean, or definitely not nice. And that doesn't have to be the case. But someone in need of scarlet monkeyflower has learned to repress that, to keep a lid on that anger. The thing is once that happens, the example they give in the book is like a boiling pot. It's they try to keep a lid on it, all of it, and so it keeps pushing it down and down and down, and then every once in a while it'll just kind of burst out and explode, which tends to prove what they fear, which is that they have this darkness in them, or this shadow part of them. And so that's why it's definitely part of the shadow work. It's to come to terms with the fact that there is this angry part of you, or that you can have this anger and you can express it. And it doesn't have to be in a rage way or in a chaotic or aggressive way. It just tends to come out that way because it's been so repressed for so long. And so, usually, along with this, the cycle goes that it gets to the point, boiling point, and then you lose it, and don't really release it still. But then comes the guilt and shame, so you repress it further, and it just keeps building and building and building. And so, scarlet monkeyflower helps us to kind of face that, to come to terms with that, and to accept and allow. First of all, the release of those emotions so that the pot's not always almost boiling over. And second, to accept and love that part of us who can get angry, who does have anger, who does have those emotions, instead of pushing it down and keeping it in the shadow. So it's a beautiful essence for anyone who's kind of moving through that shadow aspect of themselves and moving through that conditioning about being the nice or the good or the kind person rather than being authentic, because anger is definitely an authentic emotion, and has so many positive qualities as well. And there's healthy anger, and healthy ways to express your anger that don't bring on the guilt and shame, especially when you're able to let that conditioning go. So it is a great essence for anyone who is kind of whatever along that spectrum of just recognizing that they have anger locked up inside of them, or maybe it's just coming out and you don't even necessarily recognize it as anger. Or for someone who, kind of my experience with this one is that I have an understanding, and I definitely can understand situations from a higher perspective. And so I would kind of gloss over the anger part because I would see that there's a bigger picture, but that I wasn't allowing myself to feel that anger in between. So I would go straight from feeling angry to going, oh, well, I know that there's a bigger picture, or there's a reason for this, or I see the soul lesson in this, which is a beautiful thing. But in between that, there's this space of needing to feel that and allow yourself to feel that anger and let it move through you, because that's still repressing it. It's just feels like a better way to do it, I guess, than trying to stuff it down, or for a good reason. And I'm not saying that it's not. It's just there's this spot in between where you have to allow those feelings to come out. And so Scarlet Monkeyflower will really help you to release the repressed, so the backlog of the anger, and to help you kind of clear that conditioning about and fear of your own anger, so that you can feel it. What does it say? It says it beautifully here, but to feel it in the moment rather than stuffing it, so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming and so big. So it's a beautiful offering from the essences, and definitely helpful for anyone who, like I said, is kind of facing that shadow work right now, or working through their layers of anger, to release, so that it doesn't feel so heavy and so dense. So if this resonates, just take a deep breath, feel into your body, and repeat after me. I ask for the flower essence of Scarlet Monkeyflower to enter my energy fields, energy body, and physical consciousness with the help of the divine. I ask for the flower essence of Scarlet Monkeyflower to assist me with integration of my emotional shadow and direct and clear communication of deep feelings and emotional honesty. I ask for the flower essence of Scarlet Monkeyflower to manifest, to integrate, and then just feel into your body, and wherever you're feeling that, allow it to move how it wants to move, and then just say, and stabilize. If you are someone who has been definitely conditioned, like all of us, to be nice, and this is something you have just started realizing that you have this within you, you may want to bring it in a couple times. Really follow your intuition and your guidance on this one. It can feel like a huge release for sure. And there can be a lot of energy shifting with that. So really be kind to yourself in the process, because it can feel like a lot, especially if you've got a lot in there. And there's no shame or guilt about that, because anger is a natural emotion, like I said, like all the other ones. It's just one that we're taught to fear. And and again, I want to say, anger is very healthy. It's one of the first emotions that actually has some energy behind it. And so it can be a very powerful catalyst. And if we learn to use how to harness, if we learn to use how to harness that energy and use it in a healthy way. So if this resonates, call it in as many times as you'd like. Save the video. Also, be sure, if you are interested in a deeper healing session with the essences and myself, you can book a soul alignment session or an energy healing with the flower essences on my website, or you can just DM me. And as always, take care of yourself, and much love.